Okay, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the Tang and Song dynasties of China, why they were considered a golden age of China, and and we're going to get started on that now because I only have a few minutes. All right, so we talked about the the classical era of China before the Han China. They created a large empire. They developed numerous innovations like paper. Um, there were other ones in the compass, all sorts of stuff we talked about before. Civil service exams for government employees on Confucian teaching, or sorry, for government employees were based on Confucian teachings, and we talked a little bit about that. How you had to be schooled in Confucianism, and pass an exam to be part of the government. Um, They had silk making technology that attracted trade from outside of China. I don't think we talked about that, but that's important to know coming into the Tang and Song dynasties. And Silk Road trade brought Chinese luxury goods to Europe and Asia, and it increased cultural diffusion. So, and so the spread of culture from Europe to Asia and vice versa, from Asia also into Europe, that really changed cultures, and and it brought these goods to different places in the world. Okay. All right, like the Roman Empire, classical China under the Han Dynasty entered an era of decline, and it eventually fell. And it actually was very similar to the fall of Rome, but we're not going to get into that because that's not in our time period. So after the Han Dynasty collapsed in 220 AD, no emperor was strong enough to unify China. So we have the what's called the Warring States period. I'm going to yada yada through this because this is all outside of our time period. Then during the Tang and Song dynasties, China experienced an extended what we call golden age, and it became the richest, most powerful, and most advanced country in the world. So, for the first time in China's history, emperors encouraged foreign trade. Foreign trade really took over Asia, and that was kind of fueled by China. Emperors did their best to try to protect the routes along the Silk Road, try to keep people protected so that there was more trade. Chinese merchants relied on ocean routes as well to trade with India and Arabia. So, so they're taking ocean routes to India, to Arabia, even to the east coast of Africa sometimes, trying to trade these by the ocean routes. Increased trade led to the spread of Chinese culture, which we learned about this week. It's called Sinification. You can think of it like Chinification, of becoming like China, but we use Sino is the is the prefix there for China. So Sinification is becoming like China. They like their centralized government, Confucianism, and writing. They spread all of that to Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia. All those places become more like China, as a result of Sinification. It also increased trade also helped spread Buddhism throughout China, which we've talked about before. Buddhism spreads throughout China, and it becomes very important in China over the years. Technologies helped make China the most advanced country in the world. Okay, much of China's technology spread to other people across trade routes. So it says working with a partner, but obviously you're doing this by yourselves. But I want you to try to guess what each of the following 10 Chinese innovations are. If if I'm going too fast, you may need to pause it and try to guess yourself. But I want you to try to guess which what each of these Chinese innovations are. Okay, here we go. What is this? Hmm. This is a mechanical clock invented in Tang and Song, China. What is this? Looks like a spoon, but what's it do? This is a magnetic compass. All right, what about this one? Ooh, we're talking about this over here. What's this over here on the right? Tang and Song dynasties invented gunpowder. All right, what about this? Here we have the printing press. The first printing press was in Song China, I believe. What about this? What is this? It's not a rug. This is paper money. Paper money was invented in China as well during this golden age. This one, this is Chinese writing. Chinese writing was invented during the golden age in the Tang and Song dynasties. And it spread to Japan, Korea, Vietnam as well. They also had shipbuilding. Shipbuilding was extremely important in China. That's why they could trade via ocean with all those. That Indian Ocean trade was extremely important with India, Arabia, East Africa. Oh, what's this? Vaccination was invented in China. Early vaccination, but vaccination nonetheless. Invented in China during the Tang and Song dynasties. This one, silk weaving. They wove silk with this early machine in Tang and Song China. Last one. This one, believe it or not, is the same thing your toilet is made out of. This is porcelain. Okay, now, and it's a little bit different than actually what your toilet is made out of, but but your toilet is made out of porcelain. This is why things are referred to as china, like nice dishes and things are referred to as china because they're made out of porcelain. Porcelain was invented in China. Okay, now, despite the wealth and culture during and under the Tang and Song dynasties, the Chinese were briefly overthrown by the Mongols. So in a little bit after 1200, and we'll talk about this later in the unit, from 1279 to 1368, foreign nomads called the Mongols ruled China. So we're going to talk more about the Mongols. I think it's in this unit. I could be wrong. It could be next unit, but I'm pretty sure it's in this unit. We talk about the Mongols and how they ruled China. All right, so that's all for for this. I need you to fill out the as much as you can of the pieces chart that you were given, and you'll have a good day.